What if I told you that choosing the right kind of meat could make a real difference in your blood sugar levels, your energy, and even how long and well you live, right? But here's the catch. Not all meats are created equal when it comes to managing diabetes or preventing it altogether. Whether you're newly diagnosed, pre-diabetic, or just trying to eat smarter, this video is for you. Today we'll explore 8 of the best meats for diabetes, backed by science, nutrition experts, and doctors who actually walk the talk. We'll cover why they're good for your blood sugar, how to prepare them right, and which cuts to avoid like the plague. The food you eat can be either the safest and most powerful form of medicine or the slowest form of poison. Ann Wigmore, pioneer in holistic health. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Elevate Health. So if you care about your long-term health, stick with me till the end. You'll walk away with more than just knowledge. You'll get real-life tools to start making better choices today. If you're serious about eating for energy and longevity, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon. We're just getting started on this wellness journey. Let's start with number 1, salmon, truly the superstar of diabetic-friendly meats. This fish isn't just rich, it's rich in omega-3 fatty acids, particularly EPA and DHA. Why does that matter for someone managing blood sugar? According to a 2020 review in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, omega-3s reduce inflammation, which is a major contributor to insulin resistance. Less inflammation equals better blood sugar control. Salmon is also high in high-quality protein, keeps you full, and stabilizes glucose. Vitamin D, important for insulin sensitivity. Selenium and B vitamins, vital for metabolism. Dr. Dariush Mozaffarian, cardiologist and professor at Tufts University, has long emphasized that eating oily fish like salmon 2 to 3 times a week can significantly lower your risk of heart disease, which is a major complication in diabetes. How to eat it: grilled, baked, or air-fried. Avoid deep frying or sugary marinades. Best paired with non-starchy veggies, quinoa, or lentils. A simple dish like lemon garlic salmon with broccoli can be a blood sugar stabilizing powerhouse. Coming in at number 2, skinless chicken breast. It's lean, versatile, and easy to prepare, and it has one major benefit: 0 carbohydrates. For people with diabetes, the name of the game is glucose control, and chicken breast provides clean, low-fat protein that won't spike blood sugar. It's also lower in saturated fat than red meat, making it heart-friendly. In a 2017 study published in Diabetes Care, researchers found that replacing red or processed meat with lean poultry significantly reduced the risk of type 2 diabetes. Key benefits: low glycemic impact. Rich in niacin and selenium, helps build muscle and repair tissue without insulin overload. Tips for preparation: cook with olive oil or avocado oil, slice it into salads, lettuce wraps, or stir-fry it with veggies. A great go-to is grilled chicken breast over a quinoa salad. Super filling, low GI, and packed with flavor. I know what you're thinking. Wait, I thought red meat was bad for diabetes? Not all red meat is the villain. The key is in the cut, the portion, and the preparation. Number 3, lean cuts of beef like top sirloin, eye of round tenderloin. These are low in saturated fat but high in iron, zinc, and creatine, which help maintain muscle mass and metabolic health. According to Dr. Frank Hu, professor of nutrition at Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health, moderation and cut quality are crucial. He warns against processed meats, but notes that occasional lean beef can fit into a healthy diabetic diet, especially when it replaces refined carbs or sugary snacks. How to prepare lean beef wisely. Portion size equals about the size of your palm. Choose grass-fed if possible. It's higher in omega-3s, grill, broil, or pan-sear. Avoid frying a pair with fiber-rich sides like roasted Brussels sprouts or cauliflower mash. One real-life tip from a viewer in our community: I cut my steak into strips and mix it into a veggie stir-fry, and it satisfies the craving without the guilt. 4, skinless white meat turkey, often underrated but incredibly diabetes-friendly. Much like chicken, Turkey breast is low in saturated fat, high in protein, naturally low in sodium, as long as it's not deli meat. Registered dietitian Lori Zanini, author of the Diabetes Cookbook and Meal Plan, recommends white meat turkey as a staple in diabetic meal prep. It's especially helpful for those watching their cholesterol. Ways to use it: roast a whole turkey breast and slice for weekly meal prep. Try ground turkey in tacos or lettuce wraps. Look for 93% lean or higher. Add to soups, casseroles, or make a turkey chili with beans and tomatoes. Remember, always remove the skin. That's where most of the saturated fat hides. And skip the gravy unless it's homemade and low carb. Are you finding this helpful so far? Which of these meats is already in your weekly routine? Let me know in the comments. And if you're learning something new, tap that like button and share this with a friend or loved one who could use some healthy meal inspiration. Now let's talk about one meat that might surprise you. Number 5, skinless duck breast. We often associate duck with being fatty, and rightly so, but here's the nuance. Once you remove the skin, duck breast is actually a lean, high-protein meat with an excellent micronutrient profile. According to the USDA, 3 ounces of skinless duck breast contains roughly 24 grams of protein and less than 3 grams of saturated fat, comparable to chicken or turkey. It's also rich in iron, essential for oxygen transport and energy. Zinc, key for immune and metabolic health. B vitamins, especially niacin and B6. And here's a bonus. Duck contains more monounsaturated fats than most other poultry, similar to olive oil, which are beneficial for heart health when eaten in moderation. As Dr. David Katz, founder of the Yale Griffin Prevention Research Center, often says, the quality of fat matters more than the quantity. How to use duck wisely: remove the skin before cooking. Pan-sear or roast with herbs like thyme or orange zest. Pair with fiber-rich sides, like roasted carrots, barley, or sautéed greens. Duck can be your elegant, occasional treat, without the blood sugar spike. Next up, a classic cut for meat lovers. Number 6, filet mignon. Yes, even on a diabetes-friendly diet, you can enjoy a good steak. Filet mignon, or beef tenderloin, is one of the leanest red meat options and is packed with complete protein. A 3-ounce serving of trim filet mignon delivers about 26 grams of protein, less than 3 grams of saturated fat, and 0 carbs. It's a particularly good option if you need to maintain muscle mass or aiming for iron-rich foods without added cholesterol concerns. Prefer smaller, high-satiety portions. According to Dr. Stephen Phinney, an expert in nutritional biochemistry and low-carb therapy, lean cuts like tenderloin don't necessarily raise cholesterol levels in those following balanced, low-glycemic diets. Cooking tips: season simply with sea salt, cracked pepper, garlic. Cook to medium or medium rare to preserve tenderness. Slice and serve with non-starchy vegetables or a side of lentils. Moderation is the key. Think once a week and not every day, and always balance it with lots of colorful plants. Now here's a controversial but powerful one. 7, organ meats such as liver, kidneys, heart. These are among the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet, especially beef liver, which is loaded with vitamin A, supports vision and immunity. Iron, more bioavailable than plant-based sources. B12, critical for nerve and brain health. Choline, supports metabolism and liver function. Dr. Chris Masterjohn, a nutritional scientist, calls the liver nature's multivitamin and notes that many modern diets lack the deep nutrition that organ meats provide. For people with diabetes, organ meats can be an efficient source of nutrients that support metabolic health, as long as they're eaten in moderation. How to include them: try beef or chicken liver once a week. Cook with onions, garlic, and herbs to mellow the flavor. Avoid breading or flour. Stick to simple sautéing. If you've never had organ meats before, start slow, just 2 to 3 ounces at a time. And one more note: those with gout or high uric acid levels should talk to a doctor before adding too much organ meat due to purine content. Finally, we arrive at number 8, pork tenderloin. Not to be confused with bacon or pork chops. This cut is lean, mild, and diabetes-friendly when cooked properly. According to the American Diabetes Association, pork tenderloin is a smart red meat choice, lower in fat and calories compared to many beef cuts. Per 3-ounce serving, around 22 grams of protein, less than 3 grams of fat, no carbs, no sugar. It's also a good source of thiamine, vitamin B1, which plays a role in glucose metabolism, something many people with diabetes struggle with. Dr. Mark Hyman, functional medicine expert and author of The Blood Sugar Solution, says pork tenderloin can be a part of a blood sugar stabilizing diet, especially when swapped for more processed meats. How to prepare it: rub with olive oil, rosemary, garlic, and paprika. Roast or grill to an internal temp of 145 degrees Celsius, 63 degrees Celsius. Let it rest before slicing. This keeps it juicy and tender. Serve with roasted veggies, lentils, or a cabbage slaw, and skip the sugary barbecue sauces. Your pancreas will thank you. There you have it, 8 of the best meats for managing and thriving with diabetes. The takeaway? It's not about cutting out meat. It's about choosing better meats, preparing them wisely, and balancing them with fiber-rich, plant-based foods. You don't have to eat less, you just have to eat right. So which one of these meats are you going to try first? Have a favorite diabetic-friendly recipe? Drop it in the comments. Our community would love to hear it. And don't forget, like this video if it helped, subscribe. If you're on a health journey, share it with someone who needs a nudge toward better eating.